Today is the 6th day of the 3rd month in the 9th year of Channel Group, April 17, 2021. To begin our day, let's offer our respect and gratitude to our Heavenly Parent and true parents of heaven, earth, and all humankind. 천지인 참부모님께 경배 바로. Let us recite 가정맹세.
가정맹세 1. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 충신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주 대가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정 문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 천일국 시대를 맞이하여 절대신앙, 절대사랑, 절대복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상천국과 천상천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
For the opening prayer, let us welcome Miss Mariah Aparis.
Please join me in my prayer. Good morning to you, our dear, most loving Heavenly Parent and victorious true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. We would like to offer our sincerest gratitude to you, Heavenly Parents and true parents, for allowing us to be here in this online platform today to attend you. We are truly grateful and blessed for the chance to listen to your words and be able to partake this spiritual food at this very start of our day. Thank you for the gift of life and for the gift of wisdom, Heavenly Parents and true parents. Please use our national leader as your mouthpiece in conveying your words And may this beautiful message of yours to all of us nurture us as we continue to serve and attend you. Please grant our true mother good health always. Please protect as well our leaders, bless families, brothers and sisters, and everything that they are doing, especially in working with you in the providence. Thank you for letting us live in this time and age, and thank you for letting us experience your love. Please be with us from beginning until the end, Heavenly Parents and true parents. And this is all I would like to pray with so much love, humility, and gratitude in my heart, in behalf of our leaders, elders, precious brothers and sisters, in true parents' name, Aju.
Jew, let's offer our sincere innocent prayer. Jew. Let's now offer our morning greetings to Heavenly Parent and true parents and to everyone. Good morning, Heavenly Parent and true parents. Good morning to all respected leaders. Good morning, Boss LA, Dr. Robert S. Kittle and Mrs. Kittle, Sir Julius Malikdem, and Sir Ronnie Sadusta. Good morning po to all brothers and sisters who are joining us this morning. And now, to proceed on to our reading, may I call upon Mr. Jerome Enriquez, one of HQ technical staff, for the Huntuke reading. Let us welcome him with a virtual big round of applause.
Pleasant morning to everyone. So our reading is taken from the book Mother of Peace, a memoir by Dr. Hak Jahanmun. Chapter 10, The Challenge of Realizing a Heavenly World, continuation. The Mother Nation. Whenever we hold an event at our Chongpyeong complex in Korea, thousands of Japanese unificationists participate. I'm always concerned because incredible logistical support is necessary to welcome and host anywhere from 3,000 to more than 6,000 members at this site, original spiritual homeland. But from their side, Japanese members feel it is a joy to visit their spiritual homeland of Korea. They treasure prayer at holy grounds, such as Bomnetgol in Busan, where Father Moon built his first church out of discarded military ration boxes and mud. They value the Chongpadong headquarters church. For many, it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and honor. The sight of thousands of devout Japanese members coming to Korea provides a glimpse of a great spiritual wave that I believe will bring positive change to Asia. Asia is considered the continent of the future for many reasons, one of which is that it is where the unification movement's revival and expansion are most dynamic. Japan was the second country in which the unification movement developed. Mission work began in dramatic fashion when, in July 1958, missionary Choi Bong-chun boarded a ship in Busan headed for Japan. His mission work was an endless marathon of hardships. Entering the country without a proper visa, he was arrested and incarcerated, then hospitalized. Finally gaining his freedom, Mr. Choi broke through when at 7:15 p.m. on October 2, 1959, in a crumbling attic in Tokyo, he led the first public unification church of Japan Sunday service. Over the 60 years since then, the Unification Church has expanded throughout Japan. Nonetheless, theirs has been a tortuous course. Accusations of being a cult were incessant, and ferocious opposition from Japanese communists arose in reaction to our victory over communism activities. When several celebrities participated in our marriage blessing ceremony, some in Japan felt threatened by the expansion of our movement, and they fiercely opposed us in the media. For decades, my husband could not enter Japan. Some of our beloved members even lost their lives. A major assault on religious liberty was allowed when Japanese authorities turned a blind eye to criminals, kidnapping our members, holding them captive until they renounced their faith, and even committing them to mental hospitals. Despite such hardships, the unification movement in Japan has grown steadily, and the society now is recognizing the wrongness of such treatment. Our movement is a shining light for Japanese society. It also has sent thousands of missionaries throughout the world. They have invested themselves wholeheartedly in teaching the divine principle and serving local communities. Prior to the 1990s, two groups of Korean immigrants living in Japan shunned each other over ideological differences. They coalesced into two organizations, Mindan, the pro-democracy Korean Residents Union in Japan, and Chongryon, the pro-Pyongyang General Association of Korean Residents in Japan. The fact that citizens belonging to the same Korean people separate themselves from each other like water and oil was a great shame. As we engage in victory over communism activities, we forged ties even with the Chongryon and invited its members to visit South Korea. Initially, they viewed us with suspicion, but when they saw the sincerity of our offer, they joined the tours. Many among them eventually distanced themselves from communism. In the summer of 2018, at the Saitama Super Arena in Tokyo, we held the Rally of Hope and resolved to advance God's providence in heavenly Japan to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the Japanese movement. During my address, I called Japan and Korea to go forward hand in hand for the sake of the future. I exhorted the two nations to unite in heart and complete the Korea-Japan undersea tunnel linking the two nations and the world through the International Peace Highway. Since the 1960s, I have visited Japan whenever possible to meet members, share personal stories, and encourage missionaries. I've spoken publicly at hundreds of gatherings in various cities, including Tokyo, Nagoya, and Hokkaido, sharing God's word. Nagano, which once hosted the Winter Olympics, is a Japanese city that has touched me in a special way. The Nagano Unification Church initially consisted of a small church with a few dozen members. Through my constant encouragement, the church grew steadily. Next to the beautiful, cozy church building is a small training center that they named Hwarang. The local members gave this name in honor of the noble spirit that guided elite young leaders of Korea's Silla dynasty. Moved by the members' dedication, I visited the church, encouraged the members, and asked them to bring God's will to fruition there. I also planted an apple tree in their backyard, and when I visited the church again a few years later, the tree had grown magnificently and was bearing delicious apples. Just like the apple tree, the words I have sown in Japan have multiplied and are now bearing many beautiful fruits. I bless Japan to now arise as heavenly Japan, a Japan in which society and culture are reborn. Tens of thousands of Japanese men and women have found new life in the bosom of God through true parents. Every year, many of them cross to Korea straight to visit the homeland of their faith. This convergence of members makes our HJ Chonwon campus a breach of harmony between two former enemy nations. My heart is especially with Japan during natural disasters and other difficult times. During the great earthquake of Tohoku, the Kumamoto earthquakes, and the floods in Okayama Prefecture, countless lives were lost and the damage was overwhelming. When such calamities occur, I offer my condolences and wholehearted support. In the context of God's global providence, Japan's blessed Japan as the mother nation. A mother gives everything to her children unconditionally. Just as a mother goes without sleep to take care of her children, Japan is walking the path of sacrifice with the heart of a mother for the sake. Aju.
Drew. Thank you very much, Mr. Jerome Enriquez, for the reading. Again, let's give a hand to Heavenly Parent and True Parents' Word. And now to give his 10 point of gratitude. He is one of the technical staff here in HQ as well. Please help me to welcome Mr. Preston Kyle Tanate with a big round of applause.
Hello, can everybody hear me? Okay, so these are my 10 points of gratitude. Once again, good morning, Heavenly Parents and True Parents. Good morning, elders, leaders, brothers, and sisters. So, yes, these are my 10 points of gratitude. First, I am eternally grateful to our Heavenly Parents and True Parents for the gift of life, of course, also for the opportunity to really be born in this movement, to be born in this part of the providence that we are in right now. Truly, it is a great blessing to be here and also, yeah, be really part of this amazing revolution where we can really see the change from Satan's dominion or Satan's sovereignty to God's sovereignty. And that's my first point. Next, number two is I am, of course, grateful to all leaders and members working hard to bring about results here in Philippines and all over the world. Truly, every time I hear like the news updates, all of the announcements about our true parents, I mean, our elders and leaders really working hard and also all other members towards the fulfillment of the providence, I really like, I don't know, I feel that I should also work harder, though that it is like not easy, like mentally for me. Like I always feel that they are always doing more than what I am doing. So it is like a kind of pressure, and at the same time, it also helps me to push forward and work harder in a way. Yes, so that's the second point. Next is third, I am grateful to my parents for always supporting me, especially in my mission as media or technical staff here in HQ. And yeah, it is really a blessing to be here. Like right during the pandemic, there's really nothing much to do. Honestly, I was supposed to go to Korea and study in Sunwon last year. Yeah, it's been a year already. But due to pandemic reasons, even though like I already submitted everything, all my school files actually already in Korea, but the yeah, I was not there. Nauna po yung school files ko kaysa sa akin. My school files were able to cross Korea and I was not able to go there. So basically, I have no other choice. Even if I want to enroll in other schools, I already have to push through this. And I really hope that by this summer semester, that I can go there. Or if I cannot, then I have to really at least take the online class. And yeah, I'd like to also express my gratitude to all HQ staff for accommodating me here and reminding me my mission verbally and non-verbally. So of course, yeah, all of the HQ staff here are also working very hard in their own way. Every time I see them, I am reminded of what I'm supposed to do. And yeah, there's also people who remind me also why I am here also. Yeah, it's even though like I am thinking, I'm always like finding excuses here and there. Yeah, it's been so long. I've been house arrested, quarantined, not really moving around too much. That's why, yeah, I make reasons here and there, but still, yeah, I am grateful for all the HQ staff really reminding me about all this. And also, like to express my gratitude to Tita Christy for periodically checking me during the hilot or the massage sessions. So here in HQ, we have yeah, Tita Christy who's always massaging us, and yeah, I she's periodically checking on me, and also it helps me to really maintain my health also, and at the same time have hope to grow taller. Yes. And I'd like to also express my gratitude to all of the media team for always working hard as a reminder for me to work harder. Yeah, always, almost like every time I go here, they're always working on something. Yeah, like editing a video, or yeah, hosting this sun morning devotion rather, hosting this morning devotion every day. And yeah, it is always a blessing to see them working hard. And when I see them work hard, I always feel that there is hope, and there's like this lifeblood, the heart that keeps this uh, events going. Yeah. And next, I'd like to also express my gratitude to my dishwashing partner 2 days ago at Nikki, because we finished washing dishes fast. Yeah, it is really a blessing to have this responsibility of washing dishes also. Yeah, it also reminds me to learn how to do some yeah, chores. In a way, it's also a training for me, not only all internal training but also externally, which is also as important, like a balance, like what we have learned during the past morning devotions. And also like to express my gratitude to Kuya Mel 2 days ago. It was his birthday and the cake was delicious. Belated happy birthday po, Kuya Mel. Yes. Yeah, I really like the cake and the celebration also. And I like to also express my gratitude to, of course, for the opportunity to assist in the morning devotion in Sri Lanka every day from 7:40 to 9 a.m. So, there will be times when I had to leave in this morning devotion like 7:30, or yeah, a bit later, like 7:35, like that, so that I can assist in another morning devotion. So, yeah, if you're seeing the HQ camera, like most of the time, like I would leave either 7:30, or if the time is there's like the last guidance, when I feel that it won't reach 7:40, then I might stay longer. Yeah. And so basically I have two morning devotions here and another in Sri Lanka. And lastly, I'd like to express really my gratitude to all the people listening to my occasional sharings here and there. Yeah, in HQ, mga HQ staff here, occasionally I would just share something, and then yeah, I'm really grateful for them listening. And it's been like it's been a good experience, and at the same time I get to feel that yeah, people still listen to me in a way. So these are all my 10 points of gratitude. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Preston Gaitanate, for sharing with us your 10-point of appreciation. And now for the most awaited moment, to give back praises and glory back to our Heavenly Parent and true parents. An offering song will be rendered to us by HQ Secret Choir, and with the song entitled You'll Always Be My Hero. Let's welcome them with a big round of applause.
Who's always there when I need you, saving every day, who always comes to my rescue whenever I'm afraid. perfect all the same. The way you hold us together, keep us safe, safe and secure. You'll always be my hero. Forever I'll be yours. I'll hide behind your cape and then we'll fly away if trouble ever comes knocking. The one I look up to, how could I feel your shoes falling in the footsteps you walk in? Someday when I get older, walk me down the aisle. There might be a ring on my finger, but I still be wearing your smile. And soul could ever replace you. That's the one thing I know for sure. You'll always be my hero. Forever I'll be yours. You'll always be my hero. Forever I'll be yours.
Wow, thank you so much, HQ Secret Choir, for the wonderful and inspiring song. Let's give them a big round of applause. At this point of time, we will be receiving internal guidance and more inspirations, words of wisdom from our Heavenly Parent and true parents. And without further ado, please help me. Let's put all our hands together to welcome our beloved national leader, Reverend Leo Angelo T. Hallock, with a virtual round of applause. Welcome po.
Thank you very much, our Sister Sapeta. Thank you very much to our sisters who are hosting our Hunduki today. Thank you for that wonderful offering song, our HQ Secret Choir. Thank you so much for that really inspiring song. So first, I would like to greet our Heavenly Parents and true parents. Good morning, our Heavenly Parents and true parents. All our beloved leaders, blessed and of families, brothers and sisters, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Ohayo gozaimasu. Annyeonghaseyo. Welcome once again to all our brothers and sisters who are joining us. Today is our day 76 of our morning devotion. So soon we will be completing like second like 40 days of doing this together. We are really inspired every day, receiving so much inspiration starting from True Mother's autobiography and also hearing brothers and sisters' testimony. Today also very inspiring, our brother Preston, our second generation. Thank you for sharing your appreciation points, Brother Preston. So today I will be sharing another topic. Today I will be sharing from True Mother's autobiography, centering upon building ideal families, or True Mother's talking about. So I would like to share this topic entitled Creating the, from I think this is chapter 6, Creating the Road to One World. This is entitled Putting Peace into Practice. So I would like to connect also, yesterday also we talked about true love come from true families, and really we can understand the importance of the family. So today when also I'm yesterday when also checking what to share with you, so I also saw this message of True Mother entitled Putting Peace into Practice. So there is really a way to practice peace. So many people are just talking about peace, but our true parents, they have shown to us how to really substantially practice peace and really, put this into our daily lives. So let us study today this topic entitled Putting Peace into Practice. True Mother said, cross-cultural marriage is the best way for humanity to become children of God. In our peace messages, Father Moon and I advocated that all humanity participate in the cross-cultural marriage blessing. The cross-cultural marriage blessing is by far the best way to restore humanity to become the children of God. Grandparents from enemy nations or religions will unite through the beautiful grandchildren they share in common. So there's no other better or really better way than this. So through parents, through mother said that the cross-cultural marriage blessing is by far the best way to restore humanity to become the children of God. So actually everything that we are doing now, all our activities, actually today is really also very historical day. We will going to have the Rally of Hope for Youth. And then we are grateful to the leadership of Reverend Ronnie also for the youth in Asia Pacific and also in the Philippines with President Rene. We could reach our goal. We are given, I think, 20,000 goal. So now we have reached more than 25,000. So today is really very important celebration also. So I would like also to encourage everybody to register and really participate in this afternoon's event. So all the things, as what I've said, all the things that we are doing, all these activities, we have the creating environment for witnessing, and then witnessing, raising up future leaders. Actually, all these things will going to have their culmination in really witnessing or really raising up people to enter into family life, right? So this is really the movement that true parents are really investing so much. We are calling now like true family movement. Actually, this is the blessing. And then so when we are thinking about establishing a really peaceful world, we cannot really separate, the blessing. Really, the blessing is the ultimate key. And then True Mother is saying now that the cross-cultural marriage blessing, this is the best way to restore humanity to become the children of God. So loving one's enemy. So Mother said here, grandparents from enemy nations or religions will unite through the beautiful grandchildren they share in common. So that's why through intercultural marriage, right? Cross-cultural, international, intercultural, and then even, uh, people coming from different denominations coming together. This is really the best way. There's no other way than this. That's why only true parents have brought this ultimate solution and this ultimate way to really realize a world of peace. We're bringing all people to become the children of our heavenly parent. That's why really it's really amazing. We cannot really express our gratitude to true parents bringing this solution to the world, right? So now there's really great hope that soon we're going to realize the world of peace that our heavenly parent is really longing for thousands of years. Aju, that's why of course it's not easy, but this is really the best way. People coming from enemy nations, when they come together, then through their children, their grandchildren, these barriers will going to collapse, right? And then it will really create harmony. It will really create unity. That's why we are really lucky. We are given this opportunity ahead from others, right? We are given this opportunity to contribute and really support our beloved true parents in this most noble work that they are doing, creating really a world of lasting peace, and then really restoring all humanity and bringing them all back to become heavenly parents' children. True Mother said, it takes a lot of hard work to realize the ideal. That is the ideal. Unlike all ideals, it takes work to realize. In Korea, one hears there are more and more multicultural families, but their lives do not appear to be easier. The person next to him agrees, saying many children are ridiculed by schoolmates because their mother is from another country. Not only that, another person will chime in. It is not uncommon for brides from overseas to give up and return to their native countries. So actually, there are really a lot of difficulties of having multicultural families. Especially also the children are suffering, right? True parents themselves experience this when especially when they go to America, right? So children are ridiculed by their schoolmates because their mother are from another country, especially if their mother is from developing nations. So they are being ridiculed. They're being teased by their schoolmates. So it's not easy also for the children from multicultural families, right? As they are growing up. So also, mother said here, it is not uncommon for brides from overseas to give up and return to their native country. So there are also many situations that the women are giving up. Not easy actually to really live, with someone from different background, different nation, different culture, right? So many also. That's why, in the beginning, we are being criticized. Many people are looking, life of multicultural families very, very difficult. And then also some are giving up, going back to their own countries. So like, but still true parents never give up, right? They continue multiplying. Now, later we can see the great and amazing accomplishments of multicultural families, really giving hope to the world. Really amazing, right? So it really, mother said, it really takes a lot of hard work to realize the ideal. So when we started to learn the principle and really met our true parents, there are many difficulties, but through these difficulties, we could really go through and develop and really grow ourselves, right? And then we can experience amazing happiness through going through and overcoming every challenges and difficulties. That's why our true parents, they are really our model. Cannot imagine the course that they have gone through. When I try to imagine when they still in the beginning of our movement, our true father especially, when he's still alone and very few disciples, cannot explain and cannot imagine the difficulties that true parents have gone through. But now we cannot imagine the foundations, already great victories, and already they have completed their mission, our true parents. This is really a miracle. And then now, because of true parents, perseverance, now the world has hope because of true parents, because of their amazing work that is now spreading in all over the world. Without true parents, there is really no hope. Without the work of our true parents, without us here, the result of true parents' work, then this world has no hope, right? That's why despite the difficulties, our multicultural families also not only in Korea, in many nations, even us in the Philippines, in Japan, all over the world. But because of true parents, right, we are moving forward continuously. And then now the world has hope because of true parents and because of all of us. The result of true parents' investment and hard work. Aju, so now slowly barriers are collapsing between nations, among nations, right? Nationalities and religion, everything is collapsing and then bringing the world into one. Aju, that's why despite the challenges, if we just really invest continuously and work hard, we will going to really realize this dream of heavenly parent and true parents. Aju, True Mother said, the number of multicultural families are increasing. Today, the number of multicultural families is increasing in the Korean countryside as well as in the cities. Looking closer, we can see that these multicultural families generally comprise a Korean husband and a wife from a developing country and their children. It is not easy for women from other countries to settle in a land where the people have a different language and lifestyle. Added to that, more than a few locals look down on multicultural families and even reject them. This is the reality, right? Especially so for advanced nations. And then the woman coming from a developing country, they are being looked down, right? They're being discriminated. They are being rejected. This kind of situation, our beloved Filipino brothers and sisters, especially our Filipina sisters who've been to Korea, to Japan, to America, a lot of difficulties they have gone through, right? Also, those who are in Korea, not only Filipinos, also coming from Thailand, also many Thai brothers and sisters there, also from some Cambodia, from Nepal, from Vietnam, So anyway, these people, not only from our movement, also multicultural families, not coming from our church, but also they are being looked down. People coming from developing countries. So very difficult situation, not easy. but now they are making a difference in Korea, in Japan, in many countries, right? Really amazing. So this work of our beloved true parents, they were really known about this one, this mass wedding, and really marrying one nationality to another, really enemy nations uniting together. Our true parents, they have persevered, and then now amazing results are taking place, and really great change are really taking place in all nations of the world, and then now they are being recognized, right? Not only of our own group, not only of our member, even now the government are really recognizing very clearly, and really amazed with the work of our beloved true parents. So now continuously increasing multicultural families, especially so in Korea. Not before, we can only see them in countryside, but now even in cities now, continuously increasing, right? So now Korea has hope because of true parents, because of our multicultural families, because of our beloved brothers and sisters, our Filipino sisters who have sacrificed, right? Continuously working there and really making a difference. Now so let's see continuously here their accomplishments also. So True Mother said, I understand the problem very well. I understand such problems very well. When my husband and I went to the United States in the early 1970s to carry out our mission, I experienced rejection and a sense of isolation that comes from being part of a minority. If this was the case for me in America, a nation with a heterogeneous population, it must be even worse in Korea, a homogeneous nation. Hence, I hope and desire to support these families who have come to establish happy lives in Korea. So our True Mother, how much they are really supporting also and really honoring our brothers and sisters who are really trying their best to overcome all situations in Korea, who are really trying their best to establish happy families in Korea. So True Mother, True Parents understood very clearly. That's what I've said when they went to America, how much they experience is rejection, and then they are like isolated, and always they are rejected and discriminated, being part of minority. True Mother said, right? Especially in Korea, that a homogeneous nation. Even in America, there are a lot of nationalities there, like, but still they were discriminated there, right? How much more in Korea, very like what secluded and very inclusive society. That's why our brothers and sisters who went there, coming from this kind of nation, developing nation, they were really discriminated, but they never gave up, right? That's why True Mother, our true parents, are really, they did their best and continuously doing their best to support our families there. Now, amazing results are coming out. Aju? So True Mother said, we created multicultural families through the marriage blessing ceremony. So since the late 1960s, my husband and I have created multicultural families through the marriage blessing ceremony, introducing partners to each other beyond nation, race, and religious background. An upsurge in multicultural families in Korea was especially seen after our international marriage blessing ceremony for 6,500 Korean Japanese couples in 1988, the year the Summer Olympics was held in Seoul, Korea. Can you imagine? Especially the Korea and Japan, really like mortal, enemies, right? But through parents, through the marriage blessing ceremony, we have united. They bring together Korea and Japanese to become husband and wife, starting from especially this in 1988, the biggest one, right, during the Summer Olympics in Seoul. That's why really this amazing work of our beloved true parents, no one can deny, right? No one can deny. Whoever from different backgrounds, now really true parents work is really bringing amazing fruit, right? So that's why through the marriage blessing ceremony, it was also now in Guinness Books of World Record. Really, who else in this world who have done this kind of amazing work that is now really making all the barriers that is really dividing humanity now collapsing. Everything is collapsing, the barrier of nationality, race, religion, right? Only true parents, only our true parents. That's why we are really proud We're really so, fortunate. We're really so lucky that we could be able to be part of this amazing work of our beloved true parents, right? Especially, brothers and sisters who are married to, international, even those who have, marry local, coming from different religions, it's really amazing, right? It's not only international, even though locally married couples, right? But coming from different cultures. In the Philippines alone, many things are dividing us here. We have many also cultures, even many dialects in the Philippines alone. That's why different ways of thinking. That's why even locally married, we are also overcoming many differences. But through our coming together, we are, breaking down all barriers. So we are really making our nation and the world as one. Aju. So we are together with our beloved true parents in this amazing work. That's why also this time we are doing our best, reaching out young people, prepare them to enter in, to have their marriage, this intercultural, interracial, interdenominational marriage that will going to really solve all the problems in our society. Aju, that's why through the marriage blessing ceremony, this is the only way that we're going to really solve and really create one world family where all people can truly live in joy and in happiness. Aju? Yeah, I missed this one. So I missed this slide to put title. So I'm going to read continuously. So at that time, mother said, there were not many Korean women willing to marry men in farming villages. And this was becoming a social problem. For our blessing ceremony, women from Japan and other countries agreed to marry Korean men. Everyone knew this would pose many challenges. The Korean people's sentiment was still strongly anti-Japanese, and many opposed the idea of a Japanese wife or daughter-in-law in Korea. Similarly, in Japan, parents were unhappy with the idea of their daughters or sons marrying someone from Korea, which was less developed economically. So, thinking about this, who else in this world will going to think of marrying Japanese and Korean? Knowing the fact that, Japanese, how much they made Koreans suffer. No one, I think, will going to think about marrying these two nationalities, these two nations, right? Only our true parents. Can you imagine? Because of this, right? Because of the work of our beloved true parents now, like, no more, slowly, even the governments now are starting to, work together. Really amazing, our beloved true parents. We cannot imagine how our true parents could think about this, despite the tragedies. That's why just thinking about this, Korean and Japanese, they don't even want to think about this. With, especially the Koreans, with the suffering that they have experienced from Japan. They have a lot of hatred and resentment. So if true parents didn't do this, from generation to generation, this, hatred will be carried by Korean people. So there will really be no peace. But our true parents, really amazing. Now, we cannot imagine now the world that's being created. The relationship now of Japan and Korea because of our beloved true parents, right? So mother said, despite the difficulties, actually many, they doesn't want to marry Korean, or both Korean and Japanese, they don't want to marry with each other. And then the parents of young people, they don't want, they never think in their whole life to have like a daughter-in-law or a son-in-law coming from these nations, from their enemies. But mother said here, filial unificationist women agreed to marry Korean. However, Japanese unificationist women, understanding faith in God, the concept of filial devotion, and the idea of living for the sake of others, agreed to marry Korean men and devoted themselves to their families. Brides from countries such as the Philippines, Vietnam, and Thailand similarly came to Korea and established international blessed families. So we are also a special mention here, right? So how much True Mother also, really love our nation, love all of us. Many of our brothers and sisters are now in Korea. I think more than 5,000. Now, and then now they are becoming very active now. They are being recognized in their, True Mother mentioned here for the coming slides. So really amazing, our contribution. Not only we are doing our best also in our nation, but we are also contributing in the fatherland in Korea, right? That's why despite the difficulties, many doesn't want to marry Koreans, mothers, especially Japanese, but our unificationist women, these filial women from Japan, they determined to marry Korean men, right? And then they voted themselves to actually attend Korean families. That's why they were recognized by the government. Really amazing. And then from there, brides from Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand went to Korea also. So True Mother said, there were many beautiful outcomes. So these amazing things that happened despite the difficulties, there were many beautiful outcomes. So the women attended their Korean parents-in-law with sincere devotion and created prosperous families. Even if living conditions were difficult, they faithfully took care of their husbands' parents when they were sick and elderly. Some even received government awards for serving their parents-in-law with filial devotion. Some became leaders of women's associations or parents' groups in their villages. Many of these wives and their husbands are now indispensable members of their village communities. Amazing results came, right? Despite the difficulties. So now they were recognized even by the government. So they are now indispensable members of their village communities. They are very special now in their small villages, in their communities. Can you imagine this work of our beloved true parents, right? Who will going to go against now to our true parents? They are the ones who really gave hope, right? And then our filial brothers and sisters who absolutely followed and obeyed our true parents. Can you imagine now we are really making substantial, change in all corners of the nation of Korea and in all corners of the world. So only true parents really with their work, really making amazing change and really making our world a better place. So now our beloved brothers and sisters, our blessed and our families, they are now most important, member of their villages, of their communities. That's why we as blessed and our families, right? As we unite completely with True Mother and really trying our best and really reaching out other people, becoming, the same as us. So we are really very precious. We are really very important in our community, in our nation. That's why truly amazing results now are coming out. And really, the nation and really the world will really going to honor our beloved true parents with this amazing work, substantially creating a world of peace. Aju, through marrying, through this intercultural marriage blessing. Wow, really amazing. Mother said, we established a multicultural center. My husband and I realized there were ways to assist not only our church members, but all women in multicultural families in Korea. And we established a multicultural welfare center in 2010. So the center helps people from foreign countries learn the Korean language and otherwise feel at home in Korean society. Furthermore, we are assisting disabled people and single-parent families. We set up the True Love Peace School in Korea for the children of bicultural families to help them with their studies and language skills. So our true parents have really established so many things to support our multicultural families, even schools to educate them, right? Multicultural Welfare Center in 2010, they have established. So really now, a lot of support, and then now even the government now are recognizing multicultural families with, I think, 5 children or 4 children. They are receiving an award from the government, Really, really amazing. Our true parents' work, really now the result is coming out one by one and really bringing now inspiration and really hope to Korea and to the world. So this is very interesting, Mother said. Some predict that by 2025, South Korea will have multicultural army. Wow. So we sometimes hear about Korean celebrities or high-ranking officials whose sons evade the requirement to join the military. Can you imagine, elite people in Korea, their children, they want to, evade. They want to avoid going to military. That is not the case with multicultural families. In fact, some predict that by 2025, South Korea will have a multicultural army. And then most of these armies will be coming from our blessed families. Wow, amazing. Our second generation. So children of international and multicultural families often have dual citizenships, and they can opt out of Korean military service by choosing their alternative nationality. Actually, our second generation, because you know they have their dual nationality. They can, if they wanted, they can avoid going to Korean military. But mother said, notably, more than 4,000 sons of couples who receive an international marriage blessing have fulfilled their national military service in Korea with honor. This is something they can be proud of. Really amazing, right? Our second generation, the children, the result of our multicultural families that two parents have pushed through, right? Now, they are really becoming, they are being honored now. So this is our pride. This is our pride, right? So one day, by 2025, multicultural army, mostly our second generation, right? Later on, the leadership in Korea for sure, because they, you know, foreign Korean families, they don't want to have children anymore. You know, I saw that 59.9% Korean people, they are saying marriage is not necessary. Can you imagine? Really, if there's no multicultural family in Korea, South Korea will going to perish. If without true parents and without this multicultural family, really, Korea will going to perish. Can you imagine? They believe already almost 60%. They are saying that marriage is not necessary. So can you imagine what are they going to do? They will just enjoy that relationship of man and woman, and then they don't want to have children. What will going to happen to Korea? That's why True Parents is saving Korea substantially, literally, right? Not only, you know, through the ideology, not only through this internal teaching that True Parents are giving, but really substantially, literally, they are saving Korea. True Parents are saving the world, literally, substantially. Really amazing, right? True Mother said, a family is a family and no modifier needed. So melting Korean prejudice against multicultural families will take time. So we must work hard to see the day that the term multicultural family disappears. Discrimination is implicit in that term. A family is a family. No modifiers needed to describe it. So multicultural should not be used to label a married couple in which the man and woman are of different nationalities. This is not in line with the universal understanding of humankind nor with God's will. But, you know, despite the result that we are having, the amazing, you know, things that is really being contributed by our multicultural families, but they are still discriminated. Mother said, we have to remove multicultural. They are just simply, you know, blessed family or families, right? But in Korea, those who are married to, you know, from other nation, they are labeling them to, you know, multicultural. Still, there is a limitation, discrimination there. So Mother said, this is not in line with the universal understanding of humankind nor with God's will. So anyway, let's continue to do as our brothers and sisters in Korea are really working very hard. One day, really, they will going to be very high. They will be treated really highly later on with what they are doing in Korea. Really amazing, right? Anyway, one day for sure the government will going to really honor them and really treat them really the highest families, really contributing, making Korea best place to live, right? So True Mother said, we do not call them multicultural families. They are simply blessed families. So for more than 30 years, Father Moon and I have been promoting harmony between nationalities, races, and religions through the marriage blessing. So through Korean-Japanese marriage blessings, we have broken down the barriers between these two nations and their peoples. We have done the same between Germany and France and many other people of former enemy nations. So the brides and grooms who have received the marriage blessing are living based on the word of God and creating beautiful families all over the world. We do not call them multicultural families. They are simply blessed families. So True Mother, you know, said, we are not calling them, we are not multicultural families. We are just simply blessed families, right? So we are, Mother said, living based on the word of God and creating beautiful families all over the world. So we, the blessed central families, wherever we are, so we are creating beautiful families centering on the word of God. So we are really making a great change in this world. We are really the hope, right? That's why we are really, really proud. We are really, really thankful to our true parents. We want to dedicate our whole life, right, to support our true parents and really becoming a family, noble family, dignified family, loving our spouse, our children, honoring God, right? Living in accordance to the law of our nation, right? And then really becoming a family that can become a model, and really that others will going to emulate. Aju, really we are the blessed families that true parents have created, right? And really give birth to because of our true parents, because of the blessing. We were born, right? And then we can really make great change in this world. Aju, we are really the amazing blessed families. Let's really take, pride of this and really share this and encourage others. Mother said, the goal of religion is to create a world without religion. It seems ironic, but the ultimate goal of religion is to create a world where there is no religion, in the sense of religion being a repair shop. So when all human beings become good people, there will naturally no longer be a need to repair our relationship with God. In the same way, when we become one family under God and a world of true equality and peace appears, the term multicultural family will disappear. The very foundations of that peaceful world are true families and true love. This is amazing. That's why it's really ironic, Mother said. The goal of religion is to create a world where there is no religion. Really amazing, right? So, because really, religion is actually a repair shop. If all people already become good, no need for repair shop. If already our relationship to God is already restored, we don't need religion anymore, right? This is really amazing. So, in the same way, Mother said, when we become one family under God and a world of true equality and peace appears, the term multicultural family will disappear. So the very foundations of the peaceful world are true families and true love. So when already this world is filled with true families, living centering on true love, no need for religion anymore. Already a peaceful world will surely be realized. Aju? Aju. This is truly amazing, right? So True Mother said, I am calling all people to travel this road together. As we have seen, the road to one world has many dimensions. It is a literal road bonding nations together. It is an embrace of enemies who become brothers. It is turning a war zone into a peace garden. And it is the uniting of men and women of diverse races into literal marriages that recreate the world as one family under our Heavenly Parent. As the Mother of Peace, I am calling the world's near 8 billion people to travel this road together with me. Aju. Aju? Wow, really our beloved True Mother. Really so beautiful, our beloved True Mother. That's why we, as Blessed Central families, our young brothers and sisters also, please look forward and prepare well to build good families. The blessing is the key. So, keeping ourselves the most important. Let's really, really immerse ourselves with God's words and really try to practice every day and prepare ourselves to become an ideal husband, ideal wife, right? Wherever our spouse coming from. So next week, we will going to have very amazing blessing ceremony. We will going to have the HJ blessing ceremony centering on our beloved True Mother, April 25. So also we have some couples in the Philippines who will be joining. When we see, blessing events, who is the most inspired? Our Heavenly Parent, our true parents. Very beautiful to see. Man and woman coming together, right? That's why our young brothers and sisters, please really also prepare well. We also, as Blessed Central families, we will also do our best to really become a model, right? So we, the Blessed Central families that heaven has called to really, pioneer the change as our true parents, has pioneered to follow absolutely our true parents and really continuously spread this amazing grace, this news that we have received, this truth that we have received, and really expand, right, in all corners of our nation, in all corners of the world. That's why True Mother is calling all people, right, all the 7.8 billion people of the world to go together in this road with our beloved True Mother. That's why we are truly, truly fortunate people. We are the ones, with our True Mother now, working together, hand in hand, really creating that world that our Heavenly Parents is longing for. That's why now, I think the other day, Ate Dulce showed to me those who will be participating in the blessing. And then she showed also to me that we have so many now, our second generation, more than I think 600 in the matching age, especially in the Philippines alone, 400 plus, and also in Japan, our Filipino-Japanese, there are more than 600 second generation now in their matching age. And then around in our record, I don't know if they are active, around 2,000 first generation in the matching age. So I told Ate Dulce, we need to really continue Ate to make really education program for them and really prepare them well for the blessing. Really, this is the only way that we're going to really change our nation and the world through the blessing. So if continuously increasing, that's why IHQ is asking only this number. They want more number of young members attending the blessing, because this is what really make our heavenly parent the happiest, seeing our young brothers and sisters joining the blessing and then committing themselves to build ideal families, right? That's why we need to really encourage more our young brothers and sisters. We need to witness more to many young brothers and sisters. Kaya nga ngayon, even for the HTM, True Mother have given direction, fulfilling the 430 is equivalent now. True Mother made an equivalent of fulfilling 43 single bless. Mga single na mamatch, pag maka-fulfill ta ng 43 na mamamatch sila, mabless sila, automatic na yan, equivalent na siya ng 430 couples. You can become Chonbo families already. So we can see already True Mother is encouraging us. Why? Because these young couples, single, they were matched and blessed. They will become really the leaders of the future. Showing a model in our society. Really, this is really amazing. Aju, that's why now our brothers and sisters now, in every corner of the world, they are now creating great impact in their societies, especially now in Korea. Our blessed central families there. Really amazing. We're very grateful to them. Sacrificing our brothers and sisters also here. That's why our international couples, mga nagsasacrifice. In the Philippines, we have many Japanese wives here. We are very, very grateful to them. How much they are sacrificing. Our Filipino women in Nepal, in Thailand, in America, right? Not only Filipina, even also men. They are sacrificing in these nations. They are making great impact in every nations. That's why we are really, really proud, blessed central families, Filipino brothers and sisters, right? How much True Mother, are thinking about us. We are always in True Mother's hearts, right? That's why let's raise up more young people, young brothers and sisters, to be matched and to be blessed. And we're going to spread love, spread the amazing grace and blessing of our beloved Heavenly Parent and True Parents in every corner of the world. Aju, let's really unite completely with our beloved True Mother and really create one world, one family. Kingdom of Heaven should be realized in True Mother's lifetime with all of us working together. Aju, that's why I'm really, really grateful and really thank you, all our leaders who have really sacrificed and continuously sacrificing, our elders, the central family, showing us the way, showing us the inspiration with their amazing families now, right? So thank you very much, and all brothers and sisters. Let's really, really thank our beloved True Parents for their amazing and unimaginable work that is really changing the world, the entire cosmos. So we are one together with our beloved True Mother. Let's really bring victory in this second 7-year course and really become people that our descendants and our ancestors can be proud of. Aju, let's really thank our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. So thank you very much once again, brothers and sisters. May Heavenly Parents' love and blessings be upon you and your families. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, Sir LA, for the wonderful message of heaven you have conveyed to us this morning. Once again, let's give a big round of applause to Heavenly Parent and True Parents and to our national leader for the beautiful message. So as our national leader said, let us all prepare well to create ideal families centered on Heavenly Parent in the future. And in that way, we will continue the legacy of true love and legacy of our beloved True Parents. And also we can be able to create a peaceful world where all brothers and sisters could be able to live together and support each other. And moving on to our reflections, we'll be listening to reflections from our wonderful brothers and sisters who have received Heaven's calling this morning. And first, to give reflection, please help me to welcome Mr. Vince Catpondon, the IT head here in HQ, with a virtual big round of applause for his presentation. Welcome po.
Thank you so much. Good morning, our most loving Heavenly Father and victorious two parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Good morning, Dr. and Mrs. Kittel, Sir Julius, Sir L.A. Good morning po. And also to, would like to greet my wife. She's in our home now. I'm here in HQ. 안녕하세요. 사랑해요. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my reflection and for the topic putting peace into practice. I would like to start my reflection from the words of our true Father, that according to true Father, sometimes practice is more important than prayer. And many people in this world are praying for peace, but only few are working and practicing on how to attain this. So I'm really grateful to true friends who really establish a lot of indemnity condition for us to be able to receive great blessing and opportunity. And we are actually representative of locally multicultural marriage. And because I'm from Luzon, I'm more on Tagalog, and my wife is from Visayas. So she's Longga, and we have a lot of differences in languages, especially, and culture. So just like what Sir Ali said, they said that they are discriminated in Luzon, but actually for me, I love my wife more than where I came from, and this because of my longing heart to build an ideal family. So it takes a lot of hard work to realize the ideal, and we need to undergo through a lot of process before we can attain this, and a lot of practice, and only heavenly parents and through our true parents have a concrete way and practice on how we can attain this. And one time I'd like to share, Dr. Young shared to us how much you have longing heart for an ideal family. I would like to relate this to attaining peace through family. Before we can attain peace in the world, we need to attain peace first within ourselves through the three great blessings. First, we cannot go directly to the third blessing to attain the world of peace, just praying for this without first fulfilling our first blessing, which is uniting our mind and body, because with the longing heart it can unite our mind and body and overcome many things. And after the first blessing is only that we can attain and proceed to second blessing, where we need to unite and have longing heart with our partner. Through this, we could be able to unite with our this will unite the couples and the parents and children. So before we could be able to go to the third blessing, which is the world of peace. And just like what Sir LA said, is we need to build first a good family, but we need to attain peace first in ourselves and overcome many things. And because according to Father, the family is the fundamental unit of society. If you cannot find the ideal in our homes, we can never create a society or nation which is ideal. And we can attain this through have longing heart as it unites mind and body, couple, parents and children, siblings, and the world. Without longing heart and just only thinking of it, if we cannot have this kind of feeling, whenever we face problems, we couldn't be able to overcome, and we always struggle even though it's just a small things and it becomes a big things. That's why I'm so very thankful for heavenly parents and true parents, and also to my spouse for always having a loving heart uh, uh, with me, and uh, because it's actually the thing that we need to possess. And then according to Dr. Young before, having a longing heart is like a one-sided love. Even though uh, uh, you are giving and giving love, and uh, you're and then you are not receiving love, it's okay. It's still okay because through this, we could gain a lot of blessing. So, uh, thank you so much for all of these things, and I would like to conclude my reflection with the words again of True Father, that the secret of finding the way to the kingdom of heaven, which is the world of peace, is to establish a good family. So that's all. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Vince Catponton, for your heartfelt reflection. And it is indeed the power of love that we have witnessed this morning from his reflection. And again, let's give a big round of applause to Mr. Vince Catponton for his reflection. Thank you po. Next to give reflection, please help me to welcome Miss Iris Recaraldo with a virtual big round of applause. Welcome po.
Yes. Good morning, our Heavenly Parent and your parents, and all my brothers and sisters. Can you hear me over there? All right. Sir, I want to thank you every day. So your message every day is always a blessing to all of us. And today topic talking about more of the multicultural families. I think I'm not in the right position to speak for them. I have so much respect to uh, Philip Hanfil Filipino Korean Filipino blessed families in Korea. I uh, I don't know more of their stories, but um, I have also the chance to to meet them, and during our vacation, winter or summer break, sometimes we can meet them in Korea and stay in their houses, and also hear some stories. Yeah, it's not really easy. True mother said it is uncommon for the blessed families to stay there, but they choose to stay and support the providence in Korea. They do witnessing. They uh, yeah, raise their children. Many of them also uh, lost their husbands and suffer tremendous like physical abuse or and also lost their second generation, some of them. This is a very traumatic experience that especially mothers can experience. Some of them also really serve their in-laws because their husbands are firstborn, like the eldest son of the family. So it's traditionally their it's the tradition to live together with the in-laws and serve them until they went to spirit world. So it's never easy. I've tried to visit their homes, are very small, and then also the grandchildren not really comfortable to get to stay together because uh, age gap, or they don't understand really their grandparents. I really salute, respect the mothers that um, despite of those challenges, they remain strong and happy. You can always say in their smile when you meet Filipino blessed families in Korea. They will always welcome you with smile and yeah, give everything they have. So yeah, it's really precious moments to be with them. So I just really so much grateful for their hard works and supporting the Providence in Korea. So I in my part for my reflection, I think yeah, I am not in Korean Filipino Lisbon, but in different nation. So I received the blessing with a brother from Fiji. It's also far from here. It is a very, I think, the happiest day of my life here in the movement. So it was unexpected, and at first I don't think I like the dark, the dark colored because I'm already dark colored. But after receiving the matching, it's just amazing. Suddenly my holy nature's gone, or still here, but um, I realized it's not that I don't like dark colored people. I love them. I'm happy to be with. I'm happy. I don't know if it's because of spouse, my spouse in the jungle. I cannot greet him now. So um I am going there soon. So I also prepare my heart. And then they said, if you marry a Fijian, you marry the entire family. So it's I'm on my way. I'm um, having connection, communicating with the sisters, the mothers, and I can feel they want to welcome me with their big hearts and smiles. And yeah, you can. We are waiting for you to come here, all of us. So even the far relatives. So I'm so much uh, like I think I have uh, I will go to the place where everybody welcomes. But for sure, uh, we have more trials to go together with, and maybe yeah, happiness, difficulties. I think we can all overcome this when we we follow our true parents, centering on our true parents lifestyle. So they teach us through their lifestyle. So I think as blessed families, one of our important role is to show model to the society to become model to the society. And since PG is, there are no really the Fijian blessed family, I think it would be like a pioneering mission for us. So I think, yeah, our true parents' guidance are very important in order to spend this lifetime with, like, remain good legacy in that nation. And yeah, I'm very grateful to this message today, and let's recreate this world and travel together with our true mother here on earth. And thank you very much. Good morning.
Wow, thank you so much, Ate Iris Ricaraldo, for that wonderful and heartfelt reflection from our true parents and true parents' words. And I'm also truly grateful to know that Ate Iris is blessed to Fijian, and we also had so many communications. Yeah, the how she said that if you marry a Fijian, you're marrying the entire family. So I said to her, please prepare yourself every day because your house will always be full of your relatives, Balani's relatives. So I'm so happy and grateful for this morning. And once again, let's give a big round of applause to our Ate Iris for her wonderful reflection. Thank you so much, Po. And for now, if I may ask, please, if there is any volunteers who wants to share their reflections for this morning's message, may I ask, please, from the Handfill members, if you want to share. If there's someone want to share from the Handfill members. Please raise your hand or just unmute yourself.
Morning po. Yeah, I also I heard about good morning or the leaders and also brothers and sisters. Yeah, I'm Hanko, Korean, the Philippine, the World Culture family. Actually, I heard the Korean and Philippine family. Actually, in our unification movement, multicultural family is really important. Actually, I was lecturer for multicultural the family. Especially, I went to the more than 200 school for teaching multicultural education for the many of the I'll say elementary school students and also middle school students. They could hear the multicultural education through the organization. Actually, our education movement made a very big impact in Korea. Korea actually have a problem because many people want to live without children. Yeah, this is reality. Once they have children, they need to pay more than 5 million in order to let them become independent. That's why they calculated it. Also, Korean, the many wives have the high standard. They want to have a comfortable life. So they are looking for good husband who have the very high, I'll say, very good job and also good looking and tall and so many standard. Also, this is a culture in Korea actually. But I was very shocked because when I'm reading the book about the multicultural, that actually that's from the researcher, many researcher. They check together about the multicultural family in Korea. I was shocked with the some text because in their unification movement is the one who made that made the multicultural nation in Korea especially. Actually, our movement really made great the impact, yeah, in the Korea. But in reality, actually, there is good also, but there is also bad things, bad the views. But I'm thinking actually the important matter is really even though I was the lecturer for the many the students in school that time, but the important matter is not teaching about, I'll say, something like, I'll say, understanding each other, and also understand each other and knowing culture. The most important thing is to have I think the we are one family under God. That's the most important thing. Any other. This is why realization, because I have many knowledge actually to also to to do better thing, but knowledge is not important. Important thing is heart. Uh, we have the actually boundary through the viewpoint, also cultural boundary and religious boundary, and also language boundaries, and also not only that, also so many boundaries through the viewpoints. But in God's viewpoint, there is no boundary because we are one family actually. So in during the teaching that time in our organization for the multicultural family, one of the officer in the government mentioned our teaching is the faster, although 10 years better than Korean education at the time, they say. Because we have the education, uh, that we are one family, actually. That's why they really, this is actually, in public area, cannot teach this one. But someday, if our movement, especially Heavenly Travel Asia, and also the many Rally of Hope, and the many people really think this is the popular and general in the society. There is no more, I think, the execution about this, I think. So, I'm grateful. Actually, can share so many things actually about this matter, but one thing, important thing, actually, we don't have a boundary according to God's viewpoint. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Brother Kuninabu, for sharing your heartfelt reflection and for also giving us insight of how the system is in Korea. And let's give our brother Kuninabu a big round of applause for his wonderful reflection. Thank you so much, Paul. And now for our final guidance for this morning devotion, please help me to welcome Ms. Teresia Esquido for our final guidance with a big virtual round of applause.
Good morning, Heavenly Parent and true parents. Good morning, national leader and all leaders and all blessed couples and brothers and sisters. Greetings from our homeland of Korea. My husband and I are here in a government hotel in quarantine until April 25, until the day of the blessing. I'm very grateful to hear today the message about putting peace into practice and also seeing so many beautiful pictures of True Mother. It was really so inspiring. And also coming from a intercultural blessing, my husband being American and me being from Austria, from Europe, even though back in our ancestry, our roots are similar, but in the World War, my country was against America. So from my parents' generation, there was a difficult relationship with America. So this is something for us to restore, but I feel because of our two parents' guidance, our two parents' love and example, we can overcome any kind of difficulty. And then, yeah, I determined not to criticize my husband as a wife, not to correct my husband, because actually my husband already knows what is right. I think this is a very important point for us sisters to remember. And yeah, I think if like Iris is going to go to Fiji, where she is like marrying the whole family, I think the same applies for all family members to not criticize. Sometimes we sisters need to zip up our mouths and not speak too much to make harmonious relationship. I think spiritually already now there's so much foundation prepared by our two parents, also through liberating our ancestors to make intercultural marriages successful. And I'm so grateful to parents made the True Love Peace School. I also learned through High Noon that they are making a curriculum for School of Love. And I will study that with some mothers now from America. So we have many, many materials to educate our children. Also through parents established a multicultural family center in Korea. And so many, I heard today, 4,000 sons of multicultural families have fulfilled already the military service and have received medals of honor in Korea. So I feel our foundation is really getting strong and big. And but still, we need to always keep our eyes on two parents and always do hundoke with our children. That's why I'm also so grateful for Sir LA to have hundoke with everybody via Zoom every day. I see that many Filipino families, they are gathered with their children, and I think it will have very good impact on the whole nation to have this hundoke together. And I'm also so grateful because I can get to know brothers and sisters from all over the Philippines through this hundoke. Everybody is taking turns to pray and to share. I'm very grateful to hear all reflections today, and also the points of appreciation from Preston. So I think it's really a precious way for putting peace into practice. So thank you so much, and let's have a very fruitful day today. God bless everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tita Teresa Kido, for the final guidance you have given us this morning. And I truly believe that each and everyone joining our morning devotion this morning have received inspiration. Once again, let's give a big round of applause to Heavenly Parent and True Parents, and to Leader Sekito for the final guidance. Now to proceed on to a closing prayer. To close our morning devotion, please help me to welcome Mrs. Hazel Jean Regaraldo for our closing prayer.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Please join me in my prayer. Good morning, our loving Heavenly Parent, and to our victorious true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Today, I'd like to offer our deepest gratitude for this another wonderful day and for receiving our love, your love and guidance through your precious words given to us by our national leader and our Mother Teresa Kittel, as well as to those who had given their reflections that truly touch our hearts, enlighten our mind, and reminding us how we should really live our life of faith in accordance to your will and desire. I truly pray, Heavenly Parents, that all of us here could inherit the heart of our true parents through becoming filial sons and daughters that truly manifest your words. I'm also praying for the protection and good health of our true mother, who really works so hard in the providence of restoration, and also for the unity of all leaders and members centering on our true mother's leadership. I also pray for the success of all our providential events around the world, not just a condition, but as our foundation for the unification of North and South Korea. Also, I'm praying for the protection and good health of all the frontliners and volunteers who sacrifice their lives to protect and serve other people, other families, in order to survive in this pandemic crisis that the whole world experiencing now, as well as for the protection of our families and loved ones back home. We believe that without you, Heavenly Parents, we are really nothing. Thank you very much once again, our loving Heavenly Parents and true parents. I hope and pray that today is gonna be a fruitful and productive day for each one of us here. And this prayer I offer to you with humility and gratitude on behalf of my leaders, brothers, and sisters in true parents' name. Aju.
Ju. Let us all offer our individual prayers. Aju. Thank you very much, leaders, elders, blessed families, brothers and sisters, for joining our morning devotion for today. On behalf of MIM's office and all staff, I would like to greet you all a very good morning to you all. Have a blessed day today. God bless you all. And let's greet our brothers and sisters in the centers beside you a very good morning.